Three, two, one. Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by the Movie Hangout. Turner Classic Movies and Shudder prove the need for pre-movie hosts and peak TV, and it is featuring in this article on IndieWire the one and only Mr. Joe Bob Briggs. Drive-in movie, super famous host. I can't say enough good things about this guy. I wanted to go over this article with you because it featured him not like in the middle or at the bottom of the article, but at the very top because Joe Bob is the crowning example of what you can do in your career when you're just freaking awesome. So before I get to that, if you could just go down and click subscribe, like, comment, I would really, really appreciate it. Okay, so let's get to the article right here. It's written by Kristen Lopez. Good old Joe Bob right there, sporting the bolo tie, cowboy hat, and you got the drive-in logo right there with drive-in never dies. And by the way, if you haven't signed up yet, I believe it's free right now for 30 days. You can sign up on Shudder, which is a horror movie streaming service. I would strongly recommend it. I'm not the type of guy that just signs up for all these different types of subscriptions. I'm kind of cheap, but in this case, I tried it out, absolutely love it, and you get to watch Joe Bob basically do the updated version of Monster Vision, and it's even better than Monster Vision because there's no censorship. He can say whatever the heck is on his mind, and the guests can say whatever they want. It's unfiltered, uncensored. It's awesome, and that live streams every Friday night, and then it's available for playback after that. So it is absolutely awesome. So let's get to it. Watching television today offers you near unlimited choices when it comes to movies, whether that's through a streaming service or a specific premium channel. But in this era of peak content, one unique feature still stands out: the pre-movie host. Whether it's Turner Classic Movies, Alicia Malone, chatting about the history of Jane Russell, or Joe Bob Briggs, Southern Drawl introducing Halloween on Shudder, hosts hold on and help to bridge a gap between movies and the history that created them. Where hosts were once a matter of necessity, introducing a series and then expanding out to fill in for commercial breaks, or as premium cable and streaming started, the absence of them, they remain a serious branding technique. You could identify a network by its hosts. It's very true. Whether that is the litany of horror hosts that peppered the airwaves of various local networks throughout the country, to AMC's Bob Dorian, back when the channel was still showing classic features. Now, as Turner Classic Movies and Shudder continue to soldier on for the movie host, it's an element audiences want more of. Just last year, with the debut of Disney Plus, writer Josh Spiegel discussed the desire for a host that accompanies classic film offerings. And so basically what it does is it just goes on here. As many of the hosts, past and present, and executives of Turner Classic Movie and Shudder will continue to attest, a host becomes a familiar face. And that's a key word, a familiar face. Because if you have a company and you're like selling a product, which if it's a streaming service, yes, Netflix, Disney, they make their own stuff. And now Shudder actually makes their own content as well, original content. But their main product is not stuff that they make themselves. It's what other people have made, and their product is they curate movies for an audience. And so a way to kind of like bridge the gap between the person sitting at home and this company from really far away is to have a host. And Joe Bob Briggs, in my opinion, for horror movies is perfect. Joe Bob Briggs, the host of Shudder's The Last Drive-In, said the appeal of a horror host is giving audiences access to someone to be scared with. And that's the key right there. Because if you're sitting like on your couch watching a movie, you're by yourself, But if like throughout the movie, rather than a commercial, it cuts to Joe Bob, and Joe Bob's talking about, what just happened in the scene and what's going to happen and all the cool anecdotes that go along with the making of the movie and all that stuff. It really feels like you're watching it along with them, and it's way more enjoyable. That's one thing I noticed doing this. I wasn't sure how it was going to be, but I mean, it's just phenomenal. It says here that as many of the hosts, past and present, and executives, Shudder will attest to, a host becomes a familiar face for an audience to gravitate towards in what is a communal experience. Uh, Joe Bob Briggs, the host of Shudder's The Last Drive-In, said the appeal of the horror host is giving audiences access to someone to be scared with, while Turner Classic Movie general manager Paula Shangnan, I don't know if I pronounced that right, noted that hosts make watching films a, a more social experience. Quote, there's something in our DNA that says you need to watch a movie with other people. It's a social thing. If you watch a movie on your phone, on your laptop, by yourself, and it's a great movie, what happens when it's over? You feel extremely lonely, said Briggs. It's equivalent to sitting with a good friend and watching a movie. You want to feel connected, even if it's just sitting in your living room watching. And that basically, it goes on, but I only care about the Joe Bob Briggs part. And I have to totally agree with that. I mean, I'm hoping that these streaming services bring back elements from television in the 90s that we had as a kid. The Saturday morning cartoons and the really cool commercials that were in there that really made the experience a lot of fun. I hope they bring that back because it's something that kids now are never going to really get to experience. And I hope they cut out just all the garbage, like all the commercials that were just meaningless, that had nothing to do with the content that the kids were watching. Or if you're a horror fan, nothing that we were interested in. So I don't know. I'm excited for what the future holds. And again, if you have not signed up for Shudder, do it. The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs is absolutely fantastic. But anyways, thanks for watching. And if you want to get future rants, reviews, or original content, click subscribe. Later.